Okay, so we are live, and welcome to everyone who's watching this live broadcast. Welcome to all the Live Authentic group members, and welcome to our wonderful guest, Joey Romeu. How do you actually pronounce your name? Romeo.
Romeu.
Oh, I say Romeo. Romeo. Fantastic. Okay, so hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this broadcast. And we're going to be speaking today to Joey Romeu, body transformation coach at Power to Perform. And this guy, I met him, must be about 2 years ago. Is it 2 years ago that we met, Joey? Yeah. And you are just a phenomenal business person, completely and utterly focused on helping people change their lives and live better lives. And I've invited you here today because I want to have a real good conversation and have people join in that conversation as well with us. Okay, so what we'll be delving into your story in a second, okay? But first, I want to remind people that we'll be going live normally between Wednesday or Thursday every week, depending on who I can get to come on as a guest on this BU interview. And also I'll be doing some random lives in between as well. So I've got some really juicy, wonderful things coming up and wonderful people to have chats with as well. So this is the Live Authentic group for creative, inspired entrepreneurs who want to learn, live, laugh, love, and leave a legacy. This is a place where you'll find support, information, coaching, and training tips on creating a lifestyle that supports your business and celebrates your life purpose by being you. So it's all about being the authentic you, the you who wants to make an impact, make money, and make a real difference in people's lives. And you can probably realize that I'm reading a script at the moment because it's a lot of stuff to remember, and I've only got a little small brain. So if you've not met me before, my name is Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, and I'm known as the Emotional Freedom Specialist, and I'm an intuitive business coach. And my mission is to help my people move from fear to love and know without doubt that anything is possible, to become the best version of yourself and to leave the world better than we have actually found it. So you can actually join the conversation. If you go to if you're actually in the group and you're watching this, you'll be able to find a link in the group post, and you'll be able to join us in the conversation. So I can see that some people are actually trying to join us at the moment, but just hang tight, get into the lobby, hang tight, and I'll be able to hang and get you into the conversation as we go along. Okay, and also if you can share the love, do the shares and likes and everything. Tell us if you can actually hear us as well. So put a comment that you can actually hear us and where you're based right now as well. So that will help. And even if you're watching a replay at this time, just tell us where you're based as well, and leave your comments as well. And thank you all for being part of this amazing group, this Live Authentic group, and for joining the broadcast. And we look forward to your comments. So that's me done with my little script. So now I can talk to Joey. So hi, Joey. And I can actually see Deborah in the lobby as well. So Deborah, I'll let you come in a second, but just let me have a little chat with Joey first. And so Joey, can you just tell me how we, just recall how we met, and where did we meet? Let's start with there.
That's a great question. I think where we first met was potentially at the 7 Cell seminar.
So yeah, that's right. Dario Pucci's 7 Cell seminar. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Serving, delivering quality service, and really serving people, building your business. And by the way, I absolutely love Live Authentic, what it's all about. And I can tell you're so passionate and driven. It's just incredible what you're doing, Jennifer. So it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thanks for the introduction. But yeah, we've had 2 amazing years, and this is just the start. I can't wait to see where we're both going to be in a few years' time.
Exactly. Yeah, because we're both on mission to help people to live better lives, and by doing it authentically in terms of just being their authentic selves, not trying to be the guru, not trying to be the expert, just bringing your own personality and your own passions and your own way of doing things with the support of a vibrant community as well. So that's what we're all about. So tell us a little bit about what you do for people, how you do, and a bit about your passion for business, for your business and for people. What is it you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, perfect. So, I mean, mainly I serve entrepreneurs and coaches, business owners. So people who work quite stressful, busy lifestyles, and I help them with mindset, nutrition, and fitness in order to help them to perform at a higher level, to overcome health challenges, to be able to lose weight, have more energy. And I think that's really the biggest challenge that we face as entrepreneurs and coaches, business owners, is that we've only got so much energy and we work more hours than most people. The average entrepreneur works 55 hours plus per week, which can be a lot of hours, quite stressful. And we often put our families and our business first, but quite often what I see is a lot of business owners neglect their own health, or they just don't prioritize it, which can be. So what I help people do is to create their ultimate lifestyle that allows them to perform at a higher level, to be great, amazing energy, and get the results they're looking for in less time whilst growing their business so they can impact more people.
Yeah, I can actually testify to that, because one of my businesses, I mean, I was leaving the house 7:30 in the morning and I was not getting back home until 1 o'clock the next day. Because it's so busy, I didn't organize myself properly, and I was just saying yes to everything, yes to everyone, and just work. I didn't want to let anybody down, and I was on a burnout. I was being over successful, but I hadn't actually planned for that success. So bringing in the health and well-being side of things to our business is paramount. We have to know when to say no. We have to learn when we watch our diet, especially when we're moving around. From one place to another, going from seminar to to events, to serving our clients and stuff like that. So what's the kind of thing that you actually help tell people to do? I mean, for example, if I'm on the southeast coast at the moment, so traveling up to London, there's all the fast food shops and things like that, so you'd run in and get something to eat quickly. So is there something that you can advise us on how to eat properly and nourish ourselves while we're running around?
It's a great question, and this is often a big challenge for most people. Is we tend to just grab whatever we can on the go. Now I've done something called a DNA test. Some of you may have heard of that. So that looks specifically at what we need specifically for our bodies in terms of nutrients and things like that. But I'd say the biggest thing where people go wrong, especially with eating on the go and fast food and things like that, is there's a lot of sort of vegetable oils and things like that in the foods. It can cause inflammation in the body, right? Which can make us slow our recovery, and means we've got less energy. So one thing we can do is to take certain supplements with us. So omega-3 is a great example. So I'll always take some omega-3. I quite recommend matcha as well. I'm drinking a matcha tea right now. The other supplements like that to keep you going. But what I'd say is, if you know that you tend to eat rubbish, lots of carbohydrates, then prepare something to take with you that might be higher in protein or fiber. And actually, if you reach out to me, I have got the top 9 lean, energizing travel foods, the best foods to eat on the go. So if you want that, I'm more than happy to send it to anyone who reaches out to me. Who reaches out to me, I can send you a free copy.
Okay.
It's all about being attuned to your own body, keeping hydrated, really listening to what your body needs, supplementing where possible if you're not getting the right nutrients, and just, taking care of yourself. Oftentimes, one of the challenges with our health is that we're always in fight or flight mode. So it could be eating your lunch, computer, like doing work and like still going kind of thing. Because if you are, you're not actually digesting as many of the nutrients as you could be, and your body's not in recovery mode. You're either building yourself up or you're breaking yourself down. So if you can become aware of when is your body recovering, right, and when is it not, then that will give you so much more energy as well, especially on the go.
So how do you know when your body is in recovery? Is that when you come away from the computer and is sitting down, or is there a way that you can actually still keep working and be in a like a calm, relaxed state? Is there something you do?
That's a great question. Rest and digest. That's generally when you're recovering, is when you're like resting and digesting. So if you eat a meal and then you sit down, you're relaxed, you're digesting the food, you're relaxing yourself, and you can do little tricks to speed it up. So there's an anatomical position where you lie down on the floor with your legs up on the floor bed, and the blood goes to your digestive organs and it speeds it up. However, your physiology and your breathing can have a big impact. So a lot of the times we have short, sharp breathing, and we breathe up here. We don't breathe all the way down into the diaphragm, all the way down to the bottom of the stomach. So if you are like you're working, for example, just take them every now and again, just take a moment to think, how deeply am I breathing? Try and slow down the breath. Slow, deep breath in through the nose, as deep as you can. Slow breath out, and that will trigger your rest and digest response. Does that make sense? So if you're always rushing, then you're kind of fight or flight, and then you don't have time to recover. But if you can take time to slow down at periodic times throughout the day, you'll give your body the time to recover and re-energize and digest the nutrients that it needs to fuel the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So is there a certain time, like a 20 minutes or 10 minutes that you do that for? I mean, what's the sort of optimum best time without having to do it for too long? Because obviously busy business owners want to get back to their work.
Yeah. So in the case of busy business owners who are working all day long, saying, maybe they're in a position like, I just don't feel like I've got any time to exercise, or I don't have much time to prep food, I don't have much time to stop, right? I'm always going. Then I'd say take 90 seconds, take a minute and a half to just stop, relax and breathe, and do 90 seconds of it. And that is like athletes and CEOs understand this concept of stress and recovery. And the more effective you recover, the better you'll perform. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So 90 seconds is all you need, really.
Is all you need.
That's not too much, and it's not too much to remember neither. It's like, I've just eaten my food, a minute and a half just to do my relax, what's it called? Rest and digest position, breathe, calm, and then get back to work. So that's really cool. And I didn't know that. That's fantastic. And that'll give us the optimum absorption as well, for the body to absorb what it needs.
It will just stimulate the body's recovery response, if you like. So I like 20-minute blocks as well. Middle of the day, perhaps, if I'm quite tired, if it's been like a really long week and I haven't slept much, doing a PZIZZ is apparently doing 20 minutes of that is like having a full cycle of sleep, so an hour and a half.
Wow.
So you do 20 minutes and do the breathing, you listen to it. There's a free app, and it just resets you. It's absolutely amazing. But any type of meditation, breathing, yoga, any of that kind of thing done first thing in the morning or throughout the day is amazing, and reducing stress as well.
Fabulous. So what got you into doing this work in the first place, and then specifically for business owners? I mean, you could choose busy moms, or you could choose athletes. I mean, why business owners, and how did you get into it?
So I was in a position where I was going into medicine. I just studied biomedical science at university, and I was working in a hospital, right, with nurses and taking care of patients. I got to the point where my health deteriorated so much so that I was constant heartburn. I'd have heart palpitations that meant I couldn't physically sleep at night, because every other beat would be boom, boom kind of thing. And I couldn't sleep properly at all. And then I was more stressed, I had a knee injury, to the point where I couldn't continue working at the hospital. And I'm there, right, going to study medicine and looking after people in the hospital and caring for others. And yet I wasn't in a great place myself. And it's so common.
And it was because of the work that you were doing as a doctor.
It was because of the
training to be a doctor.
Stressful work, and also the medication. Because of my knee injury, I was prescribed anti-inflammatories, which probably raised my blood pressure, had an effect on my heart palpitations, gave me a stomach ulcer as well, and it was just this whole cycle. And then even to the point where I had a really bad heartburn, and the nurse was like, "Drink milk." right? And at the time I thought, you know, milk is alkaline. So, you know, I was drinking it. I felt okay. And then suddenly get worse. And then I drink more milk. It feel okay. And I got worse to the point where I almost collapsed on the floor. Right. Because I didn't realize there's acid forming on the body.
Yes, yes.
More acid. And actually, it turns out that after my DNA fit test, I was lactose intolerant. So I had to leave, right? I left and I went to Spain. I left the hospital. I lived out there, and I just had time to focus on lifestyle, on rehabilitation, on med. Really, the biggest thing that impacted me was getting this balance of stress to recovery. So stimulating what they call the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, and really get balance within my lifestyle. That allowed me to recover. My heart palpitations disappeared, and my knee injury disappeared after doing some like stability balance work. And I just dedicated myself to learning everything about rehabilitation and, you know, lifestyle, nutrition, fitness, all that kind of thing. And the reason I'm working with business owners is because I did start out and I, you know, worked with some athletes and sort of everyday people, which I love. But what I found was running a business, it became so much more stressful and I was still burning out. So I realized how tough it is, how much pressure there is, how much demand there is to run a business and to take care of your clients and to wear all the hats that we wear as business owners. So I decided I wanted to help other business owners, heart-centered entrepreneurs who want to serve other people so that they can be a 10 out of 10, so they can fully serve those people and have more impact.
Fantastic. I mean, the work that you're doing is really commendable, actually, because there's not a lot of people who think in terms of business owners with their health. I think I need to move my phone because I'm getting an echo. Right. How's that? That's much better. And we have Deborah Mendez in the green room. I'm just going to bring her in because she's a business owner, business owner, and hopefully she's got some questions for you to ask you about being a busy business owner. Hi, Deborah.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi. You can hear us all, yes?
Amazing to see you both together.
Lovely to see you.
My favourite people. Brilliant.
Fabulous. So I believe, because I see you coming up on Joey's, post.
Joey's, we're clients with each other.
Etc. Have you actually met yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've met on a number of occasions.
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, so do you have
Deborah's got
a question? Sorry.
Question. Okay, this is a question. I don't drink enough water. I know. And I know water's important. How can I drink more water? Because I just forget.
Okay. So it's a challenge for a lot of us. And actually, you know, most of our body is made of water. You know, our brain, you know, needs water. Is made mostly of water as well. So there's lots of different things you can do. You can get specific bottles which have measurements on it and you fill it up a certain amount of times per day. I had a particular client, a female, who had lots of hair bands, and she'd put on 3 hair bands onto a bottle of water. And every time she'd fill it up, she would take off a hairband. So when she'd look at it, go, oh, I need to fill it up another 1 or 2 times today. And that would just keep her, focused on how much water she's drinking. So that can be helpful. Another thing that could be useful is setting an alarm at different times during the day. But the best way to build a habit is to attach it onto an existing habit. So when you look at the 3 points, so there's a book called The Power of Habit, and there's 3 points. So you've got the trigger, the behavior or the action, and then the reward. So the trigger could be, oh, I get hungry or I feel tired. So for me, whenever I'm hungry or tired, I think water. Right, so then that's the behavior, water, and the reward is I feel good from doing it, right? So the best sort of habit is to focus on those points or to look at the triggers. So if you feel hungry or tired during the day, you can train yourself to anytime you feel that, you'll remember to drink water. Does that make sense?
Does water then make you less hungry and tired?
Yeah, because when you are dehydrated, tell you to get food because you're not receiving the signals to drink more water. If it's not strong enough signal, it will send a signal for you to be hungry, because then you'll get that signal and then you'll absorb the water from the food. So a lot of the time, half the time we feel hungry, we're probably just dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're tired, you know, we've got a certain volume of blood. And when we become dehydrated, the volume of blood decreases. So we then need to drink water to top up the volume, which then pumps blood around our brain and helps us to think clearly. And the thing with caffeine in like coffee is when you drink, you know, a little bit too much, more than you should do, it can actually slow down the blood flow in the brain. So if you imagine the brain becomes thicker, like, and it doesn't flow around as easily, we kind of get brain fog. And even though we're drinking like stimulants, we actually may feel more tired than if we hadn't.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
I've experienced that as
how
well.
much water do we? Sorry, how much water do we have to drink?
So
how much should we drink?
it's a good question. I think a lot of people get caught up. Like when I work with clients on their lifestyle and nutrition, a lot of people want to know what are the exact foods and how often and the timings and the best exercise and all of that. And I think the best thing is to look at where are you at now and what's the small improvement that you could make. So if you're drinking 1 liter and the ideal might be 2.5 liters, I wouldn't go drink 2.5. I go, can you drink 1.5 liters or maximum 2 this week and gradually increase it? So I drink about 4 liters a day. For you, it might be 2.5. If it's a hot day you exercise, it might be 3.5. For myself, it's kind of between, I like to drink between 3.5 to 5 or 6 in the summer with exercise as well. So
yeah,
does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. Because I know, I mean, I don't even have one. And I do hot yoga every day.
One, okay, well then you're losing a lot of water there, yeah.
So something's going on.
So a quick little hack is drink this much. I'm going to eat these foods, do this diet, do this exercise plan. Ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do this week and how confident from 0 to 10 am I that I can follow through? And if you're less than an 8 out of 10, make the change smaller. Because if the change is too big, it's unlikely that you'll follow through. And then a lot of people will then beat themselves up and they'll feel bad, they'll feel guilty. So go, okay, can I drink 1 liter or 1.5? If you're 8 out of 10 confident, go for it. And then the next week, add a bit more, add a bit more. And what you'll find is by setting a slightly smaller target, you'll reach it much easier. And then you'll be inspired to keep going because you'll feel good. You're like, oh, I've done it. And that felt easy. I can keep going. And you'll do more.
It's easy. And the main thing is the motivation is the fact I won't feel so tired and I won't feel so hungry. So I've got more energy and I won't feel so hungry. So I won't need to eat so much.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's motivation, isn't it?
Any more questions? What other questions do you have?
Thank you. Oh, 100 million. Have I got time?
Well, because a couple more, and I would love to ask Joey about the business side of things of his own business. But if you've got another couple of questions for Joey, then that'll be I'm sure that he'd appreciate showing off his skills.
Okay, you can talk about your croissant trick.
The croissant trick. All right, so
how to have 2 croissants and still lose weight?
Tell me more. I want to hear about this. Croissants and losing weight.
Yeah. So have you heard of James Labors?
Yes.
He specializes in helping people to be great on video, right? And I was at one of his workshops, and basically he was there with his almond croissant, and I walked up to him, and he went, "Back away! I'm not putting the croissant down, Joey. Back away!" And I was like, "No, James, don't worry. You don't have to put it down." I was like, "Did you know that if you eat it with this type of food, that you actually won't absorb as much of the sugar and the fat that's in it, and therefore you've got a better chance of getting away with it?" And he was like, "Whoa, no, I didn't know that." So it kind of became known or coined as like the croissant trick. So there's certain foods that when you eat anything with like sugar or fiber, with sugar or fat, you can reduce the impact of that on your body. Because if you have it on its own, it will cause your blood sugar levels to peak and crash, and then you have this up and down energy all day with your and your hormone affected as well. So actually, if you eat high fiber foods along with it, it doesn't have as much effect. So for example, if you were to have an apple along with it, an avocado, some salad, anything that's got like high in fiber, peas are a really good source of fiber as well, then there's less impact. But if you have a croissant and a Costa coffee for breakfast every day, you're just running off of sugar. And the thing is, if with energy and with fat burn, like sugar is kind of like kindling in a fire. So, it will burn bright for a little bit and then, it will die out.
Yeah.
Whereas when you focus more on getting healthy fats as your source of energy, it's like putting a coal fire or coals or a log. It's going to be slower, but it's going to burn for much, much longer. So the key is to get the right amount of fats and fiber rather than being over-reliant on the sugar. And if anyone ever tells you that you can't lose weight without cutting out croissants or bread or, pasta or dairy or whatever it is, they're just missing simple fundamentals of fat loss.
It's just
calories out, and it's your hormone balance and all of that. So you can, and I've lost weight and my clients have lost weight whilst still eating the foods they love, such as croissants and things like that.
Amazing.
But it's just a combination, making sure that you've got the fiber, high fiber, and and the right fats.
Yeah.
High fiber, right fats, and the sugars aren't that important. Then it's just they'll counteract each other. The fats will counteract the sugars, and so long as you're doing the exercise along with that as well, you should be fine. Yeah. I did hear that somewhere as well. So fabulous.
Is just being, good enough. Good enough's good enough, right? Now, if you have intolerance to gluten, then I would say, okay, watch out for the croissants and the bread and the pasta, and there's other alternatives, for example. But you don't have to be perfect. You get the right balance of calories in, calories out. You enjoy the food, because the best plan is the one you can stick to. Right?
Yeah.
Follow like a vegan diet and it's a massive change for you, or paleo diet or whatever diet. Then if it's too big a change, you're unlikely to follow through. It needs to be tailored more to you. You need to enjoy it, and it needs to be sustainable. Otherwise, we just won't follow through. And the damage comes from you yo-yo all the time, and you're switching your fat intake. That's how you get like kidney stones, gallstones, and things like that. But if you're constantly, losing weight, gaining weight, that's really unhealthy.
And that's one of the things about forming new habits, because I believe there's this thing about having like 21 days before you change, form a new habit. And I don't believe that. I think so long as your habit is connected with pleasure, is that something really lovely that you want to do straight away, it won't take 21 days. It'll be instant. A new habit is formed instantly. So long as you're enjoying it, it's pleasurable, and it's not a pain, and it's finding that right balance. So that new habit kicks in straight away. Yeah, fabulous.
You attach it to the right trigger or to a pre-existing habit, and you've got the right reward, pleasure at the end of it. It's much quicker. You speed up the process of building a habit. You're completely right.
Yeah, fabulous. Okay, so Joey, in terms of your business, how long have you been running your business?
I've been running my business for about 3 years now, I believe.
3 years, and obviously it's going from strength to strength to strength, and every business owner knows that there's peaks and troughs. So what's the lowest point at the moment that you've come across, that you've experienced in your life right now, in your business life, I should say?
My business life. It was probably, to be honest, it was probably where I'd started to make some really good changes, focusing on energy and health, but I wasn't quite there was still some things missing. I still wasn't focusing enough on recovery. And I took on too many clients and let them dictate my schedule. Right. And I think a lot of people experience this, where you don't set enough boundaries in your own schedule. And I ended up working like 60, 70, even 80-hour weeks. And to the point where I then burnt out again. And I thought, wow, I thought I got this handled, And I think that was probably the low point, probably about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. And it wasn't prioritizing my time and my recovery enough. I wasn't putting myself first. I was putting everyone else first.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I get this idea of you need to put yourself first. If you serve other people, whether it's your family, your business, you have to be able to put yourself first so that you're in great energy, so you can serve them as well.
So what is it, for example, if you're especially as women, we tend to be trained to put other people first. We're trained to look after our kids, the hubby, parents even. So and I know you work a lot with women anyway. So what is the mindset shift? What is the motivation to sort of twist it around so you actually do put yourself first? Because it's so easy to slip into buying a pair of shoes for your child rather than buy some healthy food for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of, you know, keeping yourself going, sort of thing. So is there some little trick that you can, like, you know, advise people about putting yourself first and what the consequences would be if you don't?
Great question. I think the mindset shift comes from a lot of people, especially like mums, women in particular, will love to help other people because of their caring nature. And obviously a lot of guys have caring nature as well. I was a carer. But, you know, particularly mums struggle with this because they want to put their kids first. They want to do everything for them. They set aside all the time. They do everything that they can because they feel guilty doing anything for themselves, or they feel guilty doing things for themselves. They feel, I can't go to the gym. I can't exercise. I can't spend this time doing this because I feel guilty. My child's at home and I need to take care of them. So I think the shift is realizing that if you can actually look at what's the impact of that in your life, like, do you actually then, by putting them first, you kind of feel groggy, feel really low energy, maybe it affects your mood, maybe it affects how you come across to them. So though you're doing everything for them, are you in the best energy? So the shift is that when you put yourself first, it could just be 10 minutes in the middle and the beginning of the day, doing something like a bit of yoga or something for yourself, reading a book or whatever it is, spending some time for yourself to get yourself in great energy. You'll just better mood, you'll feel amazing, you'll be able to serve them better. But you have to do something for yourself so that you're in good energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense to me, because I've been there, done the burnout, and, you know, really realized that it's not, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. If I fall apart, everybody else falls apart, you know. So it is that but to get to that point, you know, not to have to get to that point is you know, is where you want to be. And working with you would be, you know, like 90% of getting away from the burnout situation. So yeah, that'd be great. So Deborah, I mean, have you experienced anything in terms of your running your business or being a business owner? Does it resonate with, does what Joey's saying resonate with you?
Yeah, I think just really making sure that you slow down when things don't feel right. And, you know, not pushing through. You know, things are meant to feel easy, and you're meant to come from a place of excitement. So I've learnt that. One of the things I still need to work on is not so much on the stress side, but just like habits, like I need a stand-up desk, or I need to stand up, because often I'm on calls a lot, and then suddenly I'm sitting down all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I really need to find a way to move around. I just can't sit still naturally. And it's, you know, in terms of conversing with people, your energy is much better when you're standing up.
Standing up, yeah.
So you know, I have raised my thing, but I need to either make something or buy something which makes me stand up, and that's just something I need to do, because I find, you know, I just start losing my energy just by sitting down.
You think you need to buy something in order to get you to create that habit?
Well, I can just get a few books and add to my thing.
There is something on the market that I keep seeing on Facebook. There's like a product that keeps coming up that sort of bends and twists, and you can. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what it's called. I've seen it.
I'll show you. I bought something. Look. It's been sitting here for 2 months.
What?
Multifunctional laptop table.
Right.
Okay,
I can raise.
It's still in its box. It's still in its box, Deborah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a little bit of coaching right now.
I need
you have this thing in its box. Yeah. So can you actually open that box right now, live here? Yeah. Open the box and take it out. There you go. And then you can actually play with it while I continue to interview Joey. And by the end, let's see if you've got it set up. Let's see you set it up. Yeah,
it's not that
that's
easy.
The accountability.
Yep.
And then if you give us some feedback on it.
That I put that on my plan of things to do. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy to play with.
Actually, it might be.
You know, the best thing to do if you need a break and you're sat down all the time, stick on some music and have a little dance. Get yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm always doing that.
Walk out in the sunshine. And
yeah, music. Here, look, I've done it nearly.
Do some jumps, whatever it is.
Fabulous.
I'm almost there.
Great, there you go. Be a bit of accountability to change your life already.
I can't believe this.
Oh my gosh.
Look.
So,
where were we?
Yay! Fantastic. So that's one problem solved. So we've got the water solved, and we've got the sitting around solved, and what was the other? And eating on the run, we've solved that, and eating croissants to lose weight. So that's brilliant. So you're doing a lot in this short time. Doing a lot for us already. So what can we do with you on a one-to-one? So what do you? How do you actually help people? What do you do for people?
Me.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Joey.
I offer different things. So I offer some programs online for energy, for weight loss, lifestyle, and really I kind of follow this 4-step structure. So lots of people want to get lean and they want to have more energy, right? And what I've got this acronym for LEAN stands for lifestyle, energy, activity, and nutrition. There's kind of the area. So most people go straight to what's the best exercises, what do I need to eat, and all that kind of thing. And whilst I do provide that, it's more important to focus on lifestyle and energy first. So kind of the things we're talking about, because they're the foundation. If you start to focus on what's the best exercises and the best food, but your lifestyle's not in the right place and your habits and your energy, then you're going to come up with excuses not to exercise, and you're going to struggle to build the habits and continue. So lifestyle and energy comes first, and then specific activity and nutrition. Does that make sense?
Okay, so when you're talking to people about their lifestyle, I mean, do you go into things like goal setting or like what they want to achieve or stuff like that? Or is it just a general, what do you actually do in your lifestyle? And then we'll match the plan to that. What do you actually...
I look at, first of all, their goals. There's their ideal outcome. Is it to overcome health conditions? Is it to improve their energy? Is it to lose weight? And whatever it is. And then I look at, what are they currently doing within their lifestyle? What's all the things they do? What are the things that they eat at different times? Where are their challenges? Where do they work? And then I look at creating some personalized solutions for them, so that if they've got 10 minutes in the morning or an hour, I help them create a solid morning routine. Or in the afternoon, I help them find the right exercise that they enjoy, that they can follow through on. And also the first step is just looking at what are the small little tweaks they can make to their eating to be able to have more energy, burn fat on a daily basis, so that you're in fat burning state 24/7, right? I look at what are the small little tweaks that we can make, and then so depending on the goal, it's very, very tailored what I do. It's like a very customized approach, and I coach them to build the right habits so they create a sustainable lifestyle that they love, that they enjoy, that they can follow through on, that gets them lean and energized in much less time, that they can keep for life, rather than just a crash diet that's going to end up, you're going to gain the weight back again and then bounce between the 2 points. I help people break free from yo-yoing and create this lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Fabulous. Yeah, absolutely. So you take them on board and do like a holistic approach and look at every aspect of their life, including obviously their business life as well, and their lifestyle. Yeah, fabulous. So I'm just going to put up your website, if I can make that happen. Is that no?
It popped up for a second on my screen.
You popped up for a second.
Double your energy.
No, I'm doing it again. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, fantastic. So if anybody wants to contact Joey, that's the website. And there is also, is there another way to contact you?
Yeah, they can book a free health and fitness online MOT clinic call. There's a 20-minute call to look at your current goals, your lifestyle, your habits, and to basically give you a customized plan to be able to reach your goals, whether it's improving your energy, losing weight, building muscle, whatever it is. So for that one, it's doubleyourenergy.co/P /clinic. Okay, and
right.
I'm not sure if I sent you a link.
Right, well,
but you'll find that on the website as well.
Can I just say that I had that session. We've done that, and it was we did like 20-minute session, and we went through everything, and then Joey just came up with a sort of nail on the head thing that I needed to look at. Very, like, really, really laser focused. I mean, you know, we went through everything. I mean, I needed Joey on my shoulder, really. I need you there all the time when I'm in the shops, what I'm doing, everything. But it's, it's very, very effective, like short, sharp, laser focused session. It was really, really brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, maybe I should put myself one as well. So what I'll do for everyone is I'll put the in the comments below, and when I go back to edit the post, I'll put all your contact details, your obviously your website and your email, and the link for the personalized MOT session as well. So yeah, so that's the freebie. That's the freebie that everybody can get, and then that will probably hopefully lead to people loving your stuff and then going on to working with you. So yeah, that'd be really cool. So that's amazing. So sorry.
For Live Authentic viewers as well who book a clinic call, I'll also give them my new guide, which is basically on how to become energized 24/7 and burn fat as well, with small little changes and mindset hacks and things like that. So I'll give them a copy of that as well as the clinic appointment. So yeah.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Let me see if I can do something really fancy here. What's it called? How to stay energized.
The guide.
Yeah.
The guide, I believe, is called it's 14 ways to lose weight whilst running your business, or something like that, and stay energized. There's 14 little hacks in there as well.
WH. I can't spell. And stay energized. And this is just for the club members, like the group members. Yeah. Okay. So how do I add that and show that? There you go. Have I spelled that correctly? Because I can't see. Okay, so that's what's the guide that's on offer for the Live Authentic group members. If you contact Joey, he'll be able to give you that guide directly, and you'll be able to be more energized, lose weight, and there's use the 14 ways to be able to do that as well as a business owner. And we definitely want to be energized to be able to help and serve our clients in the best way possible, because we want to be able to change the world with what we do, touch people's lives, and leave a legacy for our body of work for our for the next generation and the people that are trying to make a difference in the world as well. So yeah, and you guys, I know Deborah and both of you are trying to make a difference in the world with what you're doing as well. So, and we need all of this. We need to be to keep going as well, all the support we can get. So what's coming up for Joey in the future? What you're going to be, or what are you going to be doing? Anything interesting?
I'm actually going to, I decided in the last week that I'm going to run some workshops. So the workshops are all going to be around designing your lifestyle and basically personalizing your eating, so that all the kind of things that I teach, we'll put it into like one day, where in the morning we'll focus on kind of lifestyle and nutrition and energy. In the afternoon, we'll look at like fitness and other lifestyle hacks, and actually plan out, how can you run your business more effectively? So it's going to be the combination of where does sort of lifestyle, energy, fat loss, and business performance all combine and
merge. Yeah. That's
the first thing I'm going to do. And watch out, because there's going to be some retreats happening this year as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Away just yet, but there are some retreats that one's been planned and a few more on the horizon as well. I'm going to be writing my first book as well. Which and, there's going to be quite a lot of things happening this year, so I'm really, really excited.
Fantastic.
I'm now working with Deborah on launching a podcast, and also getting on podcasts and some other things like that as well. So yeah, I'm really psyched. I can't wait. Yeah,
fabulous,
it's going to be
fabulous. Okay, so this interview is all about being you and doing things your way. So have you had any challenges in terms of trying to follow somebody else's system? And how have you, I mean, all of this work that you're doing, is it your work that you've put together, or is it some system that you've sort of bought into? And if it's yours, how are you finding it, running things your way? I know there's about 10 million questions in that, but you get the gist.
What I'm really saying is, what I provide, is that like my own kind of thing, or is it like is it like another system that I've taken that's worked for me and I've put it across? Or
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is it are you buying into someone else's system? Because I know a lot of business owners, especially coaches, find that they're following somebody else's formula to do what they need to do. And knowing myself, over the years, it just does not work for me at all. I have to stay in my own lane, knowing what I know, and just imparting the stuff that I need to impart. And with all the experience that I've had and expertise, that I just bring everything together my own way, and it works so much better because people buy into the individual. They buy into me rather than a coaching formula. So I'm not is that something that you're finding yourself?
Exactly, that's it. Because I've followed different things. So I trained with the European Institute of Fitness, and I learned nutrition coaching. I've studied with Precision Nutrition and learned their nutrition coaching system. I followed like some other fitness professional systems and worked with some of the top mentors and coaches in the fitness industry. And everyone's got their own like unique approach. But what I've done is I've kind of not combined them, but I've taken little elements of things that work, but I found my own way of doing it. So what I do with people is completely unique, and no one else does it. It's just sort of, there's little elements of other people's things, but also I help people tailor it to their own needs. So I may work with clients who are vegan or paleo, for example, who follow those types of diets. And I can only help them with those types of foods, but I help them tailor it and personalize it in a way that's specific to their needs. So I think what I do is always personalized. Like, we've all got our own unique set of genetics, lifestyle, and all that kind of thing. So every person that I work with has a completely different lifestyle. They eat like slightly different foods, they eat different quantities of each food. So it's not a set system, if that makes sense. I have my own system for personalizing and getting results and tweaking and optimizing habits and lifestyle. But no, it's completely my own approach. Whereas I do incorporate things like DNA Fit. So I do DNA testing with people, look at their genes, look at their lifestyle, and then look at how can we adapt your genes with your lifestyle so that they work in harmony. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So so thank you for that. Fabulous. Okay, so we're like heading towards the end of our time together, and I just want to ask you if you've got anything like one or two, maybe three tips that you want to leave with our audience regarding, living a strong, long, and healthy life as a business owner.
Any tips?
3 tips.
3 tips. Yeah. Okay. Probably the first one will be morning routine. Like, set yourself a morning routine that incorporates 3 steps, because if you can win over the first hour of the day, you've got a much better chance of winning over the entire day. How you want to start as you mean to go on, right? So what I'd say is have 3 elements. If you can incorporate into your routine, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, something to do with your mind, your body, and your nutrients, right? So with mind, that can be anything to do with like learning, like reading, listening to an audio book, something that's going to stimulate your brain. And my grandma's 90 years old, by the way, and she said the secret to her living so long is actually just every single day doing something to get her mind working, like cards, solitaire, that type of thing. So mind is the first thing: reading, meditation, all that kind of thing. Second one, body physiology, something like stretching, yoga, exercise, just deep breathing, something for your physiology, for your body. And the third one, nutrients. So getting some good quality fats and maybe some omega-3 or your supplements, but getting good quality nutrients in your breakfast. And if you can do that every single day, you'll be way more energized. Okay. So that's the first one. The second one will be to listen to your body, put yourself first, and focus on your stress recovery balance, right? Because I was focused on nutrition and fitness, but my body was still stressed out. I was running myself into the ground, and I was burning out, and I had health issues. So prioritize yourself, listen to your body, and make sure you focus on recovery and the stress aspect, especially the days where you've got a crazy day. Those are the days that you'll want to focus on your movements and stretching. All those little things, they are even more important on the days that you're busy and you're stressed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The third step, I'd say, would be to make small changes but personalize them. Don't try and follow any other like specific system or diet or specific fitness plan and just follow it like that, because any fitness plan, the wrong person can get injured. Any diet, the wrong person can get gallstones, or they can have health issues with that diet, and it's too cookie cutter. So you've got to find your own approach and make it personalized. If you want help with that, look onto the clinic call, okay? Because you get a free call with the plan and everything included. And I would say as well, if I could add a fourth one, would be to find accountability. So find an accountability partner. It could be someone in the Live Authentic community that maybe you buddy up accountable. It could be Jennifer. It could be getting an actual coach to keep you accountable, to raise the bar, to help you personalize your approach a little bit more, or a personal trainer. So someone to keep you accountable, find your own personalized approach, have a good recovery routine, focus on your stress and putting yourself first, and create a solid morning routine so that you're unstoppable, on fire, serving people, and at that higher level. So those are my tips.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for those. Thank you so much. It's really, really comprehensive. So thank you. And thank you for actually, being our guest today as well. You've been a wealth of information, tons of information. It's like I've taken loads of notes here to go away with. And obviously, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, because I think everybody needs to get in touch with you, especially business owners, coaches, consultants, people on the fly, running around, even busy moms. I mean, I'm sure, they'll be, if they're listening to this as well, that you'll be able to take them on board as well. But yeah, as business owners, we definitely need somebody, a sort of plan for us to keep going, because we're here to serve so many people. So Joey's contact details is www.wyourEnergy.co. Was it .co? .com?
.co.
Is it .co? Oh, right. Okay, .co. I mean, I just copied and pasted it, so that's probably why. I thought, have I done that wrong? And if you want to get hold of him in terms of like a direct contact, just direct message him, connect with him, direct message him, and he'll be able to, give you the 14 steps or 14 tips for energizing that little ebook. And also you'll be able to get onto his discovery. What was it called again, Joey?
Health and Fitness MOT Clinic.
Yeah, the Health and Fitness MOT, which is a free session to help you get started in that area as well. So thank you. And also thank you to Deborah for being our guest. Our guest questioner.
Interesting.
It is.
I think it's a really
Absolutely.
great concept to bring somebody in to ask questions.
Yeah. Apparently, well, I know that we can actually have up to 10 people in the lobby where you were waiting, and then I can bring people in. I can have up to 4 people on the screen at the same time to be asking questions. So I think this is really so cool, because oftentimes you want to get into conversation and it's only the comments at the bottom and you're back and forth. At least you can answer the questions directly doing it this way. I think it's brilliant. It's like having a little meeting with tea and coffee and, having having a little coffee break. So that's so cool. So that's it. So anybody who wants to actually work with me, we're going to be doing these interviews every week, sometimes twice a week on a Wednesday or Thursday. If you want to have an interview with me, please tap me up and, we can have a little chat and you can show off your skills. and promote your whatever you're offering to help people live better lives. If you want to work with me one-to-one to achieve your most wanted desires in life and business, then request a 30-minute Dharma alignment session. I call them Dharma alignment sessions because it's aligning your life purpose with your soul and your business, and we get everything all sorted out. So we look at your vision, your mindset, your skill set, your strategy, and your emotional energy, because that's what I deal with a lot. With the EFT is to clear those fear-based emotions, to move towards love and above, so you can actually be free to live the life that you want, from being stuck to being irresistible. So if you want to be in touch with me, just email me at jbw@jenniferbeaumont-white.com, and my website is the same, jenniferbeaumont-white.com as well, or direct message me and have a chat about how I can help you to live your most wanted desires, and serve as many people as and make money, make a difference, make an impact, and make the world a better place than we found it. So that's me. So thank you guys for being amazing and holding it all together, because I'm getting better at this. By the end of the year, I'll be so whizzy on this. I'll be like just so amazing. I'll be pressing buttons and inviting people in, and I'll be like a show producer. Fabulous. So thanks everyone, and thanks Deborah, thanks Joey, and we'll see everyone soon. Thanks a lot. Bye now. Bye.